Okay, so here are the reverb samples that we created in the last tutorial. What I'm going to do is just drag them into my Sonic Sweeps folder. Actually, I'm going to copy them in, just so they're not moved. And this is always a good idea to just keep a master folder of all your samples that you're making in your tunes, so you can sort of go to them at any time. And now what we're going to do is start placing them in the timeline. So what I want to do is have one just at the very start. So I'm going to create an empty space at the start by creating an insert silence. And we'll go to our samples. And here are the reverbs. So I think I'll use number 3. And what we're going to do is create a couple of audio tracks. So we'll create one and call it Sweeps 1. Create one, call it Crashes 1. And we'll probably add a couple more as we add more stuff. And I'm going to add this in here to my Sweeps 1. And then we'll just zoom in and place it a bit better. And what we want to do is place it so that the sort of end of the crescendo happens on the first beat. And we'll just move it a wee bit over to the right. It sort of dies off a tiny bit just after. So I'd say about there. Let's try that. Maybe a wee bit shorter as well. It seems to be a sort of crescendo around that point, and then it sort of tails off a tiny bit. And we can also add a bit of reverb to the end of it and a bit of delay just to help it sort of fade on a bit, so it's not stopping so abruptly. Yep, sounded pretty good. We'll just extend that out a bit, and we want to build it up with the drums. And we can put another one in. And what I'm actually going to do is just shorten that so it's sitting on the bar line. It just makes it easier to copy then if we need to. We'll start introducing some of the different bits of drum. And I'll maybe add some of these synth pads in as well. And what I'm actually going to do is just take out the rhythm pattern and just make them all 16th notes. Just at the start anyway, while it's sort of building up. And we'll add a simple volume fade to bring them into play. We can play about with this as well. We'll maybe add some sort of a snare fill. So I'm going to split this by Command and E. I'll just go in and we'll add a snare to our drums. Doesn't really matter which one. We're going to be filtering it anyway, so it's really just to get something with a bit of an attack on it. And we'll solo it or lip it round. And we'll add a bit of a filter to that. And I'm going to use a band pass. So it's got a nice sweep right across the frequency band. So we can just add a filter on that. Start at the top, go down to the bottom. And we'll take out the kick. And we can also cut off the fast basses as well, just halfway through that. And then what we'll do is add some more sweeps. Go into our samples again. Fire a crash in as well. Fire this crash in. And then create another audio track. We'll call this Sweeps 2. We'll go into our sweeps and just grab. We don't want something too dramatic. It's only the start of the song, so we just want something. that's not bad there. So we'll grab it, stick it in. And again, we have to sort of time this that the crescendo is at the right point. So we'll just put it here. And I don't like the way that sort of rings off, so we can just turn that or clip it off. And I'll put a bit of a filter on this as well, so it's sort of filtering out some of the low end. We'll actually put an EQ8 because I want to brighten up the top end as well. So there we go. And I'm going to put a volume envelope on it as well, so that it's starting fading in a bit smoother at the start. And the other thing we can do is with this reverse crash, we can actually duplicate a copy of it and then reverse it as well, and we'll get the down sweep of that reverb. And then I'm going to group all my sweeps together, and it just means we can add effects or stereo spreads at the end if we want to, and it'll only apply to the groups. So we'll call these spot effects. And spot effects just means any sort of effects that are dabbed in, as opposed to effects like delays or reverbs, which are sort of affecting another item. Spot effects are just sort of sound effects, really. So if we listen to our sweeps on their own, you'll be able to hear what we've done. So a pretty effective sort of set of sweeps there. And we'll just listen back in our track a wee bit and see what it sounds like all together. And we'll unsolo our sweeps. I'm just going to do one more thing before I'm here. I think that drum fill could go over another bar. So what we'll do, let's extend it out and consolidate it. And then we'll go in to our envelopes. And what we can do is go down and then maybe come up again and just at the end. And maybe, I'll try this, may or may not work, but try maybe 30 seconds at the second part. Give it a faster feel. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And we'll be able to use that group of spot effects in a load of different places on our track. And we'll maybe do some variations and create some bigger sweeps, but that could be the main sort of sweep and stab that we'll need for the rest of our track. So there we go. In the next video, we're going to continue on arranging our track.